Thrilled to be here for the FIFA 21 European Qualifier number 2. Not only joined by myself, Richard Buckley, but pro player, analyst, commentator, content creator, anything Ryan Pessoa cannot do. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm great, and I appreciate the introduction. I'm looking forward to see who's going to reign champion in this event.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the sort of bracket. We've seen how that first game went, a super decisive victory for Nisat. Coming into this game, do you see it potentially swinging that way again with one player really sort of just dominating their opponent, or do you see it being more of a tighter contested affair?
I think it'll be a little bit closer. I agree with what Spencer said. It's a new patch, and people are sort of trying to adapt to it. It's early days still, and I've also played Musty this year. I haven't played Mino, but I know Mino's a fantastic player, and Musty's fantastic. And I know that he sort of was one of the, in my opinion, anyway, one of the best players with step over. So without it, it's going to be interesting to see how well he does.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see the gameplay, how they've adapted their styles as well. Something we can look at right away is the squads of the two competitors that will be competing in this losers quarter-final. First up, Mino. Let's have a quick look at the squad, Ryan. We can see it on the screen there. Break it down for me. Where's he going right? Maybe where is he going wrong with this team?
Yeah, first things first, you can see he's been lucky with his rewards. He's got an informed Ronaldo. It's not the second, but any informed Ronaldo that's untradeable, you'll be happy to take. He's also got R9, and I know that from Mino with his tweets, he's been sort of petering between. He doesn't know whether he likes R9, whether he likes Pele. So I know that, well, for me personally, R9 is the better choice. But it's sort of a basic squad. You see Kyle Walker, Varane, Mbappe, Renato Sanchez, Vieira, Rashford as well, who is fantastic with his 88 version. And it's a very solid team all round.
Yeah, that's Mino's team. On the other side of that, we're going to have a look at Musty's team. And we talk about R9 and Pele. We've seen the other Brazilian icon used right here, right?
Yep, exactly. And it's sort of a very similar squad in a sense. It's just a little bit cheaper because Pele is slightly cheaper than R9. And he also doesn't have the record breaker Mbappe. But he does have Theo Hernandez and also Tavernier, I think is how it's pronounced. He, in my opinion anyway, is probably the best right back that's available or was available in the game. And Theo Hernandez, I'm not a fan of him at left back, if I'm honest. But in centre back, I feel like he's one of the best centre backs. I feel like full backs this year you can use in centre back and they are fantastic, like Kleber and like Kyle Walker in form.
Well, I mean, the first thing that I've sort of picked up on there with the squads, Ryan, he was using Varane and Theo Hernandez, and with the restrictions, they're two of sort of the 87 to 89 players. You wouldn't typically use defenders in that category of players. You'd have maybe an 89 Bruno or a Neymar instead, and you'd tinker with the restrictions a little bit more. But using sort of your marquee players in defence, different way of doing it.
Yeah, he must be comfortable offensively. I know Mino is a fantastic player with his build-up play, and same with Musty as well. But I'd say, personally, I wouldn't go down that route. But there's a reason that they're here. They've done it on merit, and their squads have worked and got them to this position. So they clearly know better than better than I do anyway.
Here we go then. Losers quarter final. Who's going to be taking on Nom Nisat in the losers semi final? It's going to be Mino kicking from left to right in the white, representing Greasy Esports, and from right to left, it's going to be Musty, the German, representing FC St. Pauli. We've got to get right into it, Ryan. The patch dropped just in the previous couple of days. I think it was on Tuesday. The players qualified for this latter stage of the event, of this qualifier, on a different patch. How quickly can you adjust to such big gameplay changes?
I think it's kind of difficult. I've been seeing on social media that a lot of players who were perhaps doing fantastically well before the patch are sort of struggling now in terms of build-up play and just creating that chance on the edge of the box because the step overs were sort of like there were people step overing in their own half with their centre backs, with their
Yeah.
full backs. It was sort of a thing where it got built into their gameplay, their fundamentals of how they build up their attack. So having it out of the game and having to adapt to, I guess, using playing without it is going to take some time.
Cracking charge from Phil and Mendy there to turn over the ball in the midfield. He went to build up with R9 and CR7. On the other side of this, that Phil and Mendy, who was in midfield, now vacant from the left-back area and plenty of room for Rashford to play a ball into the box on Musty. It's Pele. One more pass to Mbappe out wide, looking for the cutback. But João Cancelo stands strong. Good chance there, early doors. We see quite an end-to-end game.
Yeah, it was a fantastic chance. He was very patient there. I thought Mino done well not to dive in specifically with his defender there, with the Varane, I believe. he was controlling. He sort of jockeyed back a bit and hoped that he would intercept it. And Musti done very well there to attack, in all honesty. And as I said, I feel like this will be a tightly contested affair. I don't see it going as one-sided as the Nisat game.
Renato Sanchez just holding the ball on the edge of the box, waiting for a defensive line, a defensive area to open up. But the defensive Renato Sanchez doing very well there, just to track back. Free kick, 26 metres out. Couple of bodies over the ball. He does decide to run over it with R9. It's going to be a little pass into R9. Potential penalty. You never know when two players collide like that in the box, but Musti defends well and will keep possession from the defensive free kick.
Yeah, if that was Bruno Fernandes, I'm sure the whistle would have blown there for a penalty, but it's a choice there for Musti, for Mino, where he takes the free kick differently than I do it. I never usually make players run over the ball. I sort of, if it's in an area where I can take it direct, in all honesty, I'm going for it. It might not be the smartest choice. That's a fantastic ball over the top there, but it was well defended by Kyle Walker.
Yeah, he just got onto it there. Info Kyle Walker at centre-back. He's been a staple in these squads with the current restrictions. He just fits into that under 86 category. Probably the best 86 rated centre-back on the game, icons included. And also gives you such good links. You've got João Cancelo, you've got Rashford if you want to play him on 7 chemistry as a midfielder. He's played his way into the team and now can't be moved out. Ronaldo inside the box looking to turn first time. That's where, I know we talk about this a lot, Ryan, that's where you would have seen a step over. Past the man into the area.
Exactly.
Ronaldo now.
That was
offensively for Musti. Complete end-to-end game, and it's Cristiano Ronaldo. What a game, by the way.
Yeah, that was a great attack there from Mino, I was going to say. But Musti, they're using the L1, R1 boost to push it onto Ronaldo's foot, fire it across goal and give him the 1-0 lead.
And we saw Mino up one end with Ronaldo. It was his R9 trying to sort of turn on an angle that wasn't really there to shoot on. Up the other end, 6-7 seconds later, I didn't have time to finish my sentence, and Musti bridge touch into the space, smash past the goalkeeper.
Yep, exactly, and you're going to be seeing that a lot more. It's a lot. Well, I'd say the bridge anyway. It's not necessarily a skill move, but it's a move that a lot of people do have it into their repertoire of attacking, and it's something that's going to be more and more important. You have to know the angles on when to bridge touch and when to use the L1RB boost. L1R1 or LBRB boost, which he used there. And it's sort of a thing where, because step overs aren't as effective as they were, you need to rely on other options to just push and get that speed boost into the area.
Yeah, no, I saw a few players, especially sort of players who stream their games as well, or watching hashtag Tom, who we're going to see in action tomorrow. Last weekend, or watching his weekend league, and he was saying with the patch that he knew were coming, he knew step overs were going to sort of get taken out and nerfed quite dramatically, so they weren't as meta as previously. You're almost trying to untrain yourself and untrain your brain in doing those certain things. Pele here on the edge of the box. We'll get Ryan's perspective of that just after this attack here from Musti. Patrick Vieira looking to build up. Just inside the box now, Pele. Into Ronaldo, Cristiano, another directional nutmeg in the direction of the goal. And block will send us out for the first pause of the game, 37 minutes in.
He's very tricky on the edge of the box. I'll give credit to him there. It's very hard to defend against him because he's very unpredictable. And you can see that he knows all the angles to I guess, utilize the bridge and the L1R1 boost. But as you were saying, trying to sort of unlearn something that's become sort of fundamental to your build-up play is difficult. Obviously, it's not been a hugely sustained period of time where people have been step overing. It's been a couple of months. But I remember on FIFA 19 with the La Croqueta, using it genuinely for the whole year, and then going on to FIFA 20 when it wasn't as effective. It took ages to try to just get it out of your game.
Yeah, I mean, also with the crosses on FIFA 19, it was such a big part of scoring goals. One of the most famous ones I remember, Tex, E-Premier League, out wide, scooped it open, back post cross, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. When you go from year to year and you're on a yearly cycle, one thing in FIFA 19, time finishing crosses, is completely sort of unusable in FIFA 20. R9 now, on the edge of the box. Great dribbling from Mino and smashes it in the near post.
That is beautiful. The dribbling there with R9 and CR7 as well, just to pass it into him, is phenomenal. And that'll give him a boost of confidence because you can see it from the other attacks that he's generated in this first half. His left stick dribbling has been phenomenal.
Just looking at a couple of Musti's previous results in this qualifier, up to where we are being broadcast right now, he beat Natsu 7-2 in the final qualification round. He beat Roken 8-1 the game before that, and then beat Sakul 4-3. So he's been scoring a lot of goals, has Musti, in the qualifiers up to date. Mino was in the winner's bracket. He was in the winner's bracket semi-finals. He lost 7-0 to Dullen Mike, putting him in this position now where he matches up against Musti. Half-time in leg number 1, 1 apiece. It was Musti taking the lead early doors, but Mino answered back. He took that pause on the 37th minute, Ryan. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see his perspective. When you're pausing that early, are you thinking, I've got to change something right now because I'm going to get smashed? If not, or we saw him in the promo earlier talking about taking 30 seconds, having a drink of water, calming himself down.
Yeah, obviously we weren't able to see his viewpoint. I'm not sure if he changed anything tactically, but as you said, he mentioned it himself. Just the mentality side of the game is very important, and he might have noticed something where he was rushing his attacks, rushing his passes, maybe lunging in a bit. So he just took 30 seconds, paused it, sat back in his chair, took a deep breath, and came out of the pause a different player, and he managed to get a goal to equalise.
We did see a change there at half-time. It was Rafael Varane being brought off for Kleiber. The squad showdown, 86 rated Kleiber. That's Pele with a finesse shot on the edge of the box. Talk to me about that. Varane getting brought off. The road to the final, Varane, arguably one of the best centre-backs on FIFA, and Kleiber is brought on as you see him getting up there above Ronaldo to win the header.
Honestly, I feel so sorry for the people that didn't complete the SBC. Like, I honestly apologize because I'm not even joking. This guy, Kleiber, is the best centre-back I have used this year. Like, Kyle Walker's incredible. Centre-back, I promise you. Obviously, he comes out as a right-back card, and it's kind of hard to link. You can link him to Robin, but he isn't that good for competitive level because of the weak foot, or to perhaps Ruud Gullit, or maybe just even on 8 chemistry, you could sub him on. But he's just like a physical specimen. It's hard to get the ball around him. He's rapid as well. His dribbling, his passing. I feel like he's a step ahead of Kyle Walker, but it's just really hard to link him, which is why you see players sub him on.
Let's see if he can defend this attack alongside Kyle Walker. Played onto the edge for Vieira. Mino into Ronaldo. Turns Renato Sanchez like he's not even there and slots it into the bottom corner.
Beautiful goal. And you see with a fake shot as well, that's a trademark Mino thing. He puts it into the striker. A fake shot or a scoop, either way, gets onto the left foot and smashes it to give him the 2-1 lead.
Certainly that pause has helped him drastically. We thought he could have been on the other end of a beating here before this game did start. Paused it and now coming out second half flying. Ball's just got a little bit scrappy there. Mino does pick it up. R9 Ronaldo. Out wide for Mbappe. Now you've got the lead. Potentially the game could be there for the taking. Pass looking for Cristiano Ronaldo, but Renato Sanchez does cut it out. And it finds its way to Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, we've still got quite a long way to go in this game. There's still 20-odd minutes, so it would be sort of foolish for him to try and reserve the lead. However, I've seen with Mino, he's very calm, he's composed. Obviously, he almost gave the ball away there, but he knows when or the moment in time where he needs to resort to game management, when he should keep the ball. And obviously, when you're in a leading position in a game which has such high importance, you sort of don't want to give away the lead foolishly, perhaps do a loss of possession. But he's doing well here. And another fake shot, which I mentioned, which is his trademark, to Ronaldo, who smashes it home to give him the 2-goal advantage.
What a finish from Ronaldo. You spoke it into existence, Ryan. The fake shot, so Mino-esque on the edge of the box and just smashed in to the back of the net. We saw the pause there from Musti. It looks like Irving Lozano is going to be making an entrance onto the pitch. Absolute pace demon, Irving Lozano. You played much with Lozano this year? I played against him quite a lot, and I could do with that Kleiber right now.
Yeah, Lozano's one of my go-to super subs. I only have the 85 version because I have him from the Foot Champions Red Picks, but I should probably buy the 86. But yeah, the 85 has just he's done enough for me off the bench. As you said, he's a speed demon. He's good just to get in behind the defense when they're starting to tire out at the latter stages of the game. But Mino will be having a lot of confidence, and it's funny to see how Ronaldo 93 is scoring those goals relatively easily on his left foot. I'd hate to see what the Team of the Year version will do.
Yeah, absolutely. A pretty hefty price tag on that Team of the Year. We'll talk about Team of the Year in the foreseeable games coming up. Pele looking to burst away from Rafael Varane. Does get away from him. Beautiful bit of goalkeeper movement there from Mino. Results in a corner. It's going to be Pele over it. Played short into Kylian Mbappe. Back to Pele. This short corner technique. Just trying to find a gap, but there's so many white shirts seemingly blocking all the passing lanes into the treasure chest. That is the penalty box. Patrick Vieira now. Into Cristiano Ronaldo. Beautiful passing to Lozano. Just does enough to get a body in the way. Plays back to the goalkeeper, showing his composure, and decides to play long in the end.
Inches away, and you can see there with the goal kick. That's sort of a good way just to get it out of defense. You can just loft it to your striker in the middle. However, you have to be confident though with the way you aim your header because of the manual headers, but it's very effective when you do have the likes of R9 occasionally, depending who he's up against, and of course CR7, probably the best player on the game in the air.
Pele in around the box. Goalkeeper movement on that occasion wasn't good enough. Musti took his time, kept his composure. That's the key word in this game. I feel like we're talking about composure in the final third. Great finish from Musti, and what a losers bracket quarter-final we have got set up here.
Definitely, I'll be honest, I thought he sort of messed up the chance there, but it was initially anyway good goalkeeper movement from Mino with, I believe it is Courtois, but Musti done incredibly well. He bided his time, waited, twisted and turned with Pele, and it's brought him back into the game.
He's looking to get a double in quick succession is Musti to level up this game going into the second leg. Hervin Lozano linking up with Patrick Vieira, now in more of an advanced role in that 4-4-2. Pele with the bridge touch, smashed in the near post. Ryan Pessoa, what a goal from Pele.
Incredible with the bridge. As I mentioned, Musti he's been practicing with the L1R1 and the bridge. I spoke about it. It's very similar to his first goal, obviously on a different side of the pitch, but he made sure, he sort of backed up Mino where he was twisting and turning. Mino didn't know whether he should go to him to tackle, because the moment you do that, you sort of have to be aware he could bridge you, and that's what he done, and it gave him a chance, and Pele smashes it in.
Competition only just starting here as well. So many more games going to be taking place. We've got a winners bracket grand final coming up between Dolomite and Optello. Renato Sanchez looking to regain the lead for Musti. It's been a back and forth affair all game long. Kylian Mbappe, final chance of the game. We're about to tick into the 90th minute. And the referee is going to give us one allocated added minute. Sanchez gets dispossessed, and I think, unless the ball goes forward, the referee will blow up. He's letting this attack play out. Cristiano Ronaldo, a couple of step-overs. About 4 days ago, he probably would have had a goal from that. Yeah. Not now. That will do us for the game.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. He had a chance there at the dying moments. And as you said, if that was a week ago, that's a goal, because of the step-overs would have boosted past the defender. But he done well there to reduce the deficit so that on equal terms going into the final game.
3 apiece after leg number 1 here in the losers quarter-final. It's just heating up in the second leg. Another thing that's heating up is the Apex Legends Global Series Winter Circuit Showcase. It's bringing all the best players in the region as they go head-to-head to compete for their share of a $750,000 prize pool. This is the Europe and North America online tournament. Coverage starts Sunday, January 31st at 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay tuned to twitch.tv/playapex to catch all of the action. Just having a look back, Ryan, at that first leg between Musti and Mino. Musti went 1-0 up, and then Mino sort of got back into the game. He goes 3-1 up, and we're thinking, okay, Mino, that experience that he's got might start to prevail here. But Musti almost showing a little bit of arrogance, saying, you're not getting rid of me that easily. 2 goals in quick succession. What a first leg.
It was an amazing first leg. I honestly, initially I thought Musti sort of had him on ropes, but as we spoke about anyway, the pause sort of brought Mino back into it on the mental side of things, which ended up helping him on the gameplay side of things as well. And when he went 3-1 up, I sort of thought, all right, whoever gets the next goal here, if there is another goal in this leg, is sort of going to be very important to who's going to end up winning. Because if Mino goes 4-1 up, then surely he resorts to game management in terms of keeping the ball and possession. But Musti done fantastically well with the bridge and other attacking movements to equalise the game at 3-3.
About a week ago today, I'm going to take you back in time. Myself and Brandon were commentating the South America Global Series Qualifier 2 on the Xbox side of the bracket. PH Zin went back-to-back tournaments. He won Qualifier 1 and he won Qualifier 2. And a big part of his success was always in the second legs. He was coming out and scoring sort of 3 goals in the first half of the second leg. How much different is it playing a 2-legged game at home compared to playing a 2-legged game at a LAN event? Because I feel like we're seeing tight first legs and then huge sort of goal swings in the second leg, specifically from home.
Yeah, we also saw that in Cup 1, and it's sort of similar in a way to like Tex in previous years, where you'd be thinking you're playing in first leg, you're 2-0 up, you're thinking, oh, really, what's going on here? You're 2-0 up, you're cruising, second leg, half-time, you're 5-0 down, what's going on? But it's sort of a thing where some people, they sort of use the first leg or the first half of the first leg just to understand their opponent, their little intricacies around the box and how they play, and sort of suss out their weaknesses. And it sort of helps you build confidence as well, because some players where they perform, I guess, a lot better when the pressures die down a bit. So maybe they might feel, I guess, more comfortable in a weird way when they're losing, or if they're not winning, because when they're winning, they feel like the pressure's mounting on top. They feel sort of a need to see out the game. However, when you're losing, it's sort of like there's nothing to lose, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm hoping that in the next leg we'll be seeing something similar to the first leg in terms of goals.
And something we just want to talk about there, you to spend that time working out players' intricacies and sort of patterns in and around the box. But some things, I don't want to say indefensible, but for example, that bridge touch, if the attacking player times that correctly, sometimes you can't do anything. You just got to say, okay, he's beat me. He's beat me in the attack. Do you think that bridge touch, I can see it being the game-winning move in this game? It's either going to be a fake shot from Mino or a bridge touch from Musti. Both players have their weapons.
Yep, exactly. And sort of the negative for Mino in that situation, when you're defending the bridge, you sort of, because of the way his defense was positioned and he was only controlling Cal Walker, there was nowhere else. Well, there was 2 places where Musti could have gone. He could sort of step over or bull roll scoop to the right side, which Mino sort of, it looked like he was trying to defend, because maybe the bridge is too obvious in that sense. He didn't think he would do it because he's been defending it well. However, he bridged, and it sort of animates your defender, so it's hard to defend. Sometimes you could even read it, and it still goes past you. So I think it'll be a key moment in these legs.
Musti started the first leg on fire, going 1-0 up in a very short amount of time. How is he going to start this second leg? He's in possession here on the edge of the box. Cristiano Ronaldo looking to bring others into the game. At half-time, I'm going to pick your brains regarding the team of the year, whether we should be potentially looking at Ronaldo or Mbappe if we could only pick one. So if you've got any questions in the chat for team of the year, we'll get a quick one into Ryan. Pele here. This is a very good opportunity. Kyle Walker is the defender chasing back. Pele on his right foot. What a save from Courtois at his near post.
Incredible save. I thought Pele was definitely going to score there. And it's credit to Mino, where it's very interesting the way he does his goalkeeper movement. He doesn't necessarily push them to one side specifically, but he moves the goalkeeper back. And it's like, that's the first time I've honestly seen that. I usually see people push the goalkeeper to either left or right to try and, I guess, guess where the opponent will shoot. But moving him back, it seems to be working. It didn't work for I believe it was the second goal Musti scored, but it's worked for other opportunities.
Well, if you think about it, you're moving the goalkeeper backwards. It's sort of, if you're the attacking player, you're going, what is he doing? Like, where's the goalkeeper? Usually you wait for a big sidestep to the left or to the right, and then you shoot the opposite side. Ronaldo on the edge of the box, just crowded out by orange shirts. Musti certainly started this second leg the better of the two players. Pele really looking to be the catalyst to a Musti victory here. And again, an early pause cued by Mino in this matchup. He did it in the first leg after around 37 minutes. He's cued it after 14 minutes in this second leg. Clearly not happy with something that he's seen on the pitch. And it could be this moment right here. Pele, Elastico, sees his man and sends him to the shops and smashes it in the bottom left corner.
Oof, that is incredible. The way he stopped him there as well. He done the Elastico. I thought he would have done a reverse Elastico. So Mino done well in a sense to kind of defend it or try and block the shot off that he could do. But he took another touch, slams it home, and in all honesty, it's given him the deserved lead from what we've seen in the start of this game. He's been very efficient going forward. And you saw with the Mino pause, I believe, is this his point of view, or is this?
It is, yes.
It could be.
I believe
yeah,
so.
so his point of view, he's changed to a 4-2-3-1, which is very interesting.
Yeah, also a couple of players sort of being tinkered around there as well. I think R9, CR7 potentially changing position. Mbappe now occupying this left cam area, but Musti instantly winning the ball back from the kickoff as well. And you do get goals back straight away from kickoff, but if you lose the ball, you play yourself in a lot of danger. Ronaldo looking to get the bounce back there off the Varane block. But it's important to protect the ball if you're not going to attack from kickoff, right?
Absolutely, and it's sort of scary in terms of from Mino's perspective, because every time Musti attacks, it feels like he's going to score. It's weird. And I have a question for you, Rich, actually. Would you rather be in a position where you're winning by a goal, like you'll be able to see it out, or would you rather be in a position where you want to come back into the game? Obviously, it seems a bit obvious you'd want to be in the lead, but I'm talking about after perhaps the first leg.
Yeah, I'll answer that question just after Ronaldo potentially gets a lucky bounce to Rashford off the post. Mino knocking at the door, but everyone has gone out right now. João Cancelo moving the ball into Patrick Vieira. I think for me, I would rather be the player chasing the game with the sort of press tools you've got at your disposal. Not only constant pressure, you can adjust your team tactics with the depth and the width, but also the power of the D-pad directional team press. I feel like you're in much better position to chase the game rather to be playing the position of possession and trying to hold on to a lead. But there is positives to that because you can counter-attack.
That's also very true. That is very, very true. And you saw that anyway from Nisak when he took the lead, where his opponent Colin had to push players forward to try and lower the deficit, and he was just getting picked apart slowly and slowly and slowly, and it ended up being a game which got away from him. But we're seeing here, Musti, I don't know, for me personally in this game, I don't think he should try and keep possession of the ball too much because it's still early on. Mino is very experienced. He's been in situations where he needs to score, and I believe he'll back himself to do so.
This could be another goal here for Musti. Ronaldo inside the box. He's been very tricky in these areas. Mbappe, a couple of step overs, waiting for the movement around him. But Mino's been a little bit sloppy in his defensive third, trying to pass out into the midfielders. Again, Vieira wasting the ball, but a big tackle, a manual tackle as well from Kyle Walker to win the ball back and maybe just settle the nerves right now for Mino.
Yeah, Mino is a confidence player, which he spoke about in the video that we saw before. But I'd say for him, as you can see, as you said anyway, he's panicking a little bit where he's giving possession away very easily. And that's something that would frustrate me if I'm playing, where if I'm giving away the possession without my opponent necessarily pressing me. The picture we see with Pele, oh my gosh, it's just gone wide.
Ooh, Pele's been deadly throughout this game so far. That would have potentially set this game away from Mino. 2-goal deficit with around 45 minutes left to play. Couple of inches being the only difference between 4-3 and 5-3 right now. João Cancelo quite advanced high up the pitch for Mino. Certainly those fullbacks are getting high in the attack. Patrick Vieira now into Marcus Rashford. Vieira again into Rashford. Vieira, R9, moving, grooving. Van der Sar, great save.
Again, you see the fake shot, and it goes back to, it was a chance. It was a good chance. It's not necessarily a 100% goal-scoring opportunity. Perhaps in hindsight, he could have taken another touch. But that Pele chance, though, that's what I'm talking about with R9 versus Pele. R9 scores that because of the 5-star weak foot. But Pele, it's really hard to say because would R9 necessarily be in that position? Because Pele's agility and his nimbleness sort of made that chance. So it's a difficult one.
So you're basically saying just by teaming the CR7. Because
yeah,
he feels
exactly.
like a sort of 5-star weak foot, and his agility and ball control gets him in those areas. Or somebody like, I mean, we're thinking hypothetically, if Neymar was to get the 12th man, I think he would go into a lot of these teams right now. As we see, losers quarterfinal, halftime in leg number 2, 45 minutes left to play here, and it's Musti leading 4-3 against the Frenchman Mino, representing Greasy EA SPORTS. But just as we were saying, as we're getting into this second half, Ryan, a Neymar sort of special foot item, team of the year, he'd probably go to number 1 in a lot of people's sort of wish list in terms of the pros as well. Surely he's up there with R9 and Pele.
Absolutely. Neymar's base gold version is still one of the best cards on the game. So just imagine him with higher shoot. He sort of lacks shot power and obviously a little bit of pace. So if that gets boosted, obviously the Team of the Year boosts aren't as like massive as in previous years, but just giving Neymar even a +4 in pace would do, and the shot power as well and the finishing would be, in my opinion, would make him one of the best players on the game, if not the best player. And you also mentioned about CR7 as well. In all honesty, I don't know who I prefer out of CR7, Team of the Year, or Mbappe.
Wow. Speaking of CR7, inside the box right now for Musti, getting tackled by Renato Sanchez. I mean, you look side by side, I feel like Mbappe's probably got more in terms of like stats upgrades over his regular. Probably because also he's not had a performance-based live foot item upgrade. He's not had a team of the week yet. Ronaldo's had 2. So there's less to upgrade on Ronaldo. The price difference as well is about, what, 2 million coins, I think, on the PlayStation. About $1.5 million on the Xbox right now in terms of Team of the Year CR7 to Team of the Year Mbappe. I'm intrigued to see who the pros are going to be using. We heard Mike LaBelle talk about it earlier in the show. I think you're going to see a sway towards Ronaldo because he is Mr. Reliable. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Mbappe feature as well.
Yeah, of course. And as you said, I've not used either of the cards yet, and we won't be able to use them in tournaments until the tournaments begin in February anyway. But it's a weird one because, as you say, the 94 CR7 second in form versus the Team of the Year. Obviously, there are good stat improvements, but it's not dramatic. However, from Mbappe's base card compared to the Team of the Year card, there are huge upgrades. And as you mentioned, CR7 is Mr. Reliable, but I back the 94 one anyway. So it's like that Mbappe boost or Neymar if he wins the 12th man. You probably might notice it a little bit more. And it's a weird one because Messi is usually one of my favorite players in FIFA, and he didn't get it. Mbappe won the voting over him. And the 12th man, in all honesty, I love Messi, but I'd still have to vote Neymar, just for preference in FIFA.
Well, I just looked towards the chat and I saw a huge army of Messi fans coming in saying Messi for 12th man. So we'll just have to wait and see when that is announced. 55 minutes gone here in the second leg. Musti looking to get another goal to cement his place in the losers semi-final, but a great save from Thibaut Courtois. As the ball cannons away to Ferland Menyon. It's going to be Kylian Mbappe up the other end. Quick turnaround here from Mino after just surviving with his goalkeeper. Can he add insult to injury? Renato Sanchez on the edge of the box. Runners, I think that's Patrick Vieira, furthest man forward right now. Does fall to Vieira, not the player you want to be fake shotting with inside the box. Ronaldo running into Kleiber.
Fantastic defending as well, and it was a good block there from Kleiber, but the play at the edge of the box with Renato was impressive as well. He sort of waited for the runners. There was a lot of players running into the box, and we saw that he did switch to a 4-4-2, so he's also got that extra striker in the box compared to the attacking midfielder, and he'll be hoping that he'll be able to get some more chances because 30 minutes to go roughly is still enough time, but it's going to be quite difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the level of defending in this second leg has ramped up a little bit. As crazy as that sounds, you'd expect the defending to get worse as the nerves build, the tension builds, but I think you're just playing more instinctive. You're not thinking as much. You're just playing FIFA, and that's when people play their best, when it is instinctive, sort of gut-feeling FIFA. It's a bit risky possession, but he's done very well there, Musti, to play out of it, and now finds the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo. No real movement around the ball, but he's holding the possession very effectively right now, and just seeing that time tick down.
I thought he had a chance there, to be honest, with Pele through, but it gives away possession, and it gives Mino a chance anyway to push some players forward, because on the balance of things, I'd say Musti deserves to be winning, but both of these players technically have had chances where they could have deserved to score. That Pele chance and also the CR7 one for Mino, which hit the post, was also a gut-wrenching chance, but there's still time. 20 minutes. I think now is about the time where he could get a chance to CR7, and it's what a tackle.
Ooh, what a tackle that is. And then we talked about the composure. To play that pass out, you're on the back foot, your body is turned away from goal. You know how risky those passes can be, and he still played it out, Musti. And this could potentially be the counter-attack that he was looking for. I just see Cristiano Ronaldo picking up the ball there, making the run off of it as well, into space. End-to-end FIFA, final 15 minutes here. It's going to be a grandstand finish in the losers quarter-final. Who's going to be going out of qualifier number 2 here in Europe? the most competitive region in the world. These are top 6 players on the Xbox. And we're whittling it down to 5. I should say 4, actually. Chance on the edge of the box. Ronaldo. Into Renato Sanchez. Back into R9. Ronaldo Nazario inside the box. And another clutch tackle from Kleiber.
Kleiber, I told you, the best centre-back on the game. What a tackle there. And there's 10 minutes to go here. Mino needs to push some players forward. It's going to be difficult to get the ball off of him. Musti, for the last 15 or 20, when he's had possession, has done very, very well in terms of keeping it. He's been disciplined, but now he knows that there's 10 minutes separating him from advancing into the next round and earning a lot of prize money and also points, which are vital in achieving playoffs this year, which is very important. So I know if I'm in this situation as he's doing there, I'll just be keeping the ball and waiting for my opponent to press me.
Yeah, Mino has to be an aggressor right now in the final 7 minutes. Musti more than happy to just hold the ball, keep standing on it, waiting for gaps to open up, but he could have played himself into a cul-de-sac there with Renato Sanchez. Does extremely well to get out of it. Pele, directional nutmeg, looking for the ball roll scoop into the area. Pele still wins the ball. Everything falling Musti's way right now. Bridge touch into the box. Great tackle from Mino. And the Frenchman will come forward yet again. James Tavernier scoops that out. Mino keeps it in. I didn't know if he might have let that go out for the throwing to get his paws in.
Yeah.
Does elect to keep it in play.
I was thinking that as well. We saw that Pele lost the ball there, but he slides in with a Cannavaro-esque tackle.
That could be the game.
Possession and Musti here. Yeah, this is it, I think. Mbappe's going to go for the corner flag, surely. Vieira's won it back, though.
Mbappe left a little bit on Patrick Vieira, and 1 added minute. Mino, it has to go right now. That's cynical. An awful tackle from Kleiber.
It's cynical.
Not even a booking, I don't think.
Yeah, craziness.
That is what you call taking one for the team. Completely put a stop on the counter-attack. Everything is going down to 1 right now. Drop back. Nobody get forward, basically, for Musti. Mino has 1 last roll of the dice. He needs to see a snake eyes if he is open to take this to extra time. There's 20 seconds left. Do you even have time to play this short? If you go forward, maybe. But
this would kill me, I'll be honest, because it's like you don't want to play it short and then the whistle blows because you're thinking, damn, what could have happened? I think you just have to select CR7 or something and just try and
make
latch
a run
onto the header and just hope. Yeah, you just have to hope, because if you play it short here, I don't know.
So you see, we're watching Musti's POV right now. Got Pele just in front of the man if he does elect to play it short. Vieira over it. That time's ticking down.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He has digged it into the box. It's going to head away, and that's game. It took a little bit too long.
Yeah. Commiserations to Mino, and congratulations to Musti. It did take long with the free kick. Maybe you thought it was Musti's because he was taking ages to pass it, but it was unfortunate. But I'd say on the balance of thing, it was deserved for Musti.
Great performance from Musti. The German goes through to the losers bracket semi-final, where he will be playing against the Israeli Nom Nisa, and you could say one of the favourites in this qualifier number 2 in Mino gets eliminated. Aga, Mike LaBelle, Spencer, they all talked about it earlier. This emergence of the new generation of FIFA eSport players, Ryan Pessoa, and we've got another one right here in Musti.
Yep, massive congratulations. You see how much it means to him with the outpouring emotion, and he's got a tough task as well against Nisat, who is also a fantastic player. And as I mentioned, I played against Musti before, and I said he was a fantastic player pre-patch, and he also showed how good he is offensively in creating so many goal-scoring opportunities and chances after the patch as well. So it's a huge congratulations to him.
Final thoughts from you, Ryan, before we jump back over to Jimmy, Spencer, and Mike. Just looking, the first leg, goals galore. The second leg, I think only 1-0. Why was that? Why was the second leg so tight and tentative? Is it because they found each other out?
Of course, that's the element as well of just understanding your opponent a little bit more based off of the first leg. But also, they were unlucky in terms of chances where Pele could have scored as well to make it. It would have been, well, it was after the Ronaldo chance from Mino where it hit the post. So there were chances on either end. It could have been more. But as I mentioned, I'd say it was a deserved victory.
Yeah, fantastic performance from Musti, the German. A real sort of, you would say, breakout performance. One of his first times being on a broadcast in front of 70, 80,000 live people right now. A huge win for Musti in sort of the grand scheme of his FIFA esports career. And looking now into the future, again, we've sort of got two young stallions, shall we say, fighting off against each other in Nisat and Musti in order who's going to be going through to the losers bracket final.
Yeah, and I think we have, I think the Dallo Mike, weirdly enough, right? Well, I think he was the youngest ever for Champions Cup winner. He might be the oldest person left in the competition, which is kind of weird to say because of how young he is. But I know Optole as well. I believe he could be 16, the young man from Sweden,
Yep.
who's also in the upper bracket. We've got Nisa, who's 18, and Musti as well, who's also very young. So as you said, the emergence of the new players are showing why they're here and why they deserve to be here.
Yeah, we saw Nightwatch told me before this event started that the oldest player in it was Mino, and he's just been eliminated from the competition. So really, this young emergence of FIFA talent is coming through, and I think look no further than Anders, what he's doing right now. I would say that we've seen so much young talent, and it's sort of, you're playing FIFA. If we'll go back in time, right? You're 16 years old, and you see another player who's 16, 17. That gives you so much confidence in playing, because I always say this, FIFA is, everybody knows at the top level how to play FIFA. They all know the mechanics, they all know the meta, they all know what it takes to win. But it's that mental edge that you can get sometimes, whether that's from competing in 1,000 events and you are battle hardened, or from competing in no events and you just go in with such confidence in yourself.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, there's two sides of it, where you could be a seasoned veteran where you qualify for so many events, are used to being in front of the camera and reaching latter stages of tournaments, or you can be just a young person without experience but fearless, where you back yourself, you're not afraid to do skills, similar to when I speak about Tex again, where he came onto the scene in Barcelona, where he's doing sombrero flicks, rainbow flicks, and no one else is doing those sort of things because he was comfortable in it. It's the way he played casually, and he sort of brought that into the competitive side of his game as well. And as I said, yeah, it's very commendable to the young players that are competing, that are reaching latter stages and winning tournaments.
And that's it from me and Ryan here. 6 is now 4 in EU qualifier number 2. And a player and a man who's got plenty of experience in life, Jimmy Conrad, to break it all down.